Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and I wanted to take a quick stroll around the 315P so you can actually see it in hangar, and I did this one in the asteroid hangar just to mix it up, but it is a little bit dark, so I imagine these will be going back to the Revel in New York next time. But the reason I picked up this ship is primarily because my fleet has become kind of singular in its purpose, and that's partially based on design because I am a combat officer in PXP. And it makes sense for me to have combat ships, but there was a lot of light fighters that I had. So the Avenger became a 315P for me, giving me a little flexibility and all of a sudden having a ship that I could do a little bit of exploring in slow times. So the 315P, I think we've seen a lot of the 300 series, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot about this in detail. It's still one of my favorite looking ships, the 300 series. It's got a really great design. Everybody's preferences are a little bit different, but there's something about the lines, and it just feels good to have it back in the hangar. That being said, you can kind of see it's got the yellow and gray theme to it on the outside, the inside the dark gray and red theme, which is weird because it almost looks like it's got the 325's interior. But either way, it's got the Omni Skies on the wing, so it packs a punch there. However, it does lack a nose gun. Instead, it's got the turret, which you can kind of, or not the turret, the tractor beam, which kind of has a like a set of rails on it, which almost looks like it's got some mobility either forward or backward. I'm not sure how that's actually going to play out once the tractor beam's actually functional, but it seems like that's going to be articulated a little bit, which will probably help you out in your tractoring purposes. Inside of the ship, like I mentioned, kind of a dark theme. It looks kind of nice. It doesn't necessarily look like a super luxurious ship, and I wouldn't be surprised if this got reworked at some point to kind of make it fall in line with the theme of the ship overall, especially when we see the interior of something like the Mustang Beta being like pimped out little bachelor pad in space. So one thing that was nice since the last time I've had a 300 series is the bed is now functional. You can see it actually folds out from the interior. And the only thing that I really like about this bed is that you can kind of lean your head back and look out your cockpit. So you're not like totally trapped like in some of the other beds where you're almost encased in a tomb. You actually get some visibility of your surroundings, and I think that might help out in the PU. Although we're still trying to wait and figure out what role sleep is actually going to play and how aware you're actually going to be able to be. That being said, I will say this, it is a nice usage of space. Now, the question is, how's the back part going to be reworked? If it is going to be reworked, because I think there's a lot of unused space there that could probably have other things like a fold-out toilet or, maybe a couch or, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. You can't really add too much because there's limited cargo space as it is, and if you add other stuff in there, the realism of actually adding in like cargo crates and stuff all of a sudden becomes a little bit more problematic. Now, as far as the way the ship flies, it flies really nice. It's agile, it's nimble, it's like the other 300 series. It's supposed to have a really low signature, which is nice, so maybe I'll play around and test with that some. Combat-wise, you can equip a different nose gun on there. I took a Badger and put it on there, I believe. I think you get some flexibility up to size 2 to actually use there. As far as its combat ability goes, it's fast and agile, which is kind of nice. It's not crazy fast, but it is fast enough to be capable. The weaponry is really dependent upon what you put on there. If you leave the tractor beam and you're going to just fly around using just the Omni Skies, you're probably going to have some trouble unless you've got really, really good aim. Other than that, durability is just meh. You really want to take advantage of the speed and try and stay out of the way of everybody, but that's really about it. I'm excited to get more information about the exploration side of things because I think all of a sudden we're going to start seeing aspects of some of these ships that maybe don't really fit into Arena Commander that well, and kind of see how viable it is in the persistent universe, or at least get a taste of that. So I'll be flying this a little bit more, and if I find some really good usages of this in the Arena Commander, I'll probably post a follow-up. But for me, this is more of a ship that's just going to kind of supplement my other types of play in the persistent universe and give my fleet a little flexibility. So, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned for more, as always, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Take care.